I want to share a idea that I've had, and you guys might think it's tacky, you might think it's ridiculous, you might think it's cool, but it's one of those ideas, and I'm not an artsy kind of guy, but I've had an artistic vision, if you will, and I can't get it out of my mind. For 2 solid days, I've been drawing and looking at pictures on the internet and researching, and it's just stuck in my head, and so I wanted to run it by you guys and see what you thought. It occurred to me that I love my Mustang, and I have the car holds a lot of sentimental value to me, but if I'm going to make the car, if I'm going to make any changes to the car, I need to start putting the thought into it now, because the time will come soon when I need to prepare for those ideas, doing body work and suspension work and whatnot. So I had this several months ago. I had this vision, if you will. My vision was a 30 or 31 Ford four-door sedan, and even though I'm into rat rods, I like them, this idea was for a hot rod. And my original idea, and it's kind of already gone through this creative process of reality check and I mean reality check in the sense that what I feel I can do myself, and how long I want the project to take. And well, my original idea was a 30 to 31 Ford four-door sedan with all of the steel removed, all of the steel body panels removed and replaced with polished aluminum sheet, to make it resemble, or not necessarily resemble, but pay homage to the P-51 Mustang. Now, and then that idea has gone through a genesis from the 30 to 31 Ford to my 66. So now, that comes, basically what it comes down to is now I'm considering doing a themed hot rod 66 Mustang. And I'll show you my drawing here in a minute, but like I said, I started off wanting to replace the steel with polished aluminum. And I thought, if I got a 30 to 31 that had some rusty panels, then that'd be a good excuse to pull all the steel and just use the frame and replace the steel with polished aluminum. And then I went through some research on what it takes to shape polished aluminum into body panels. Polished aluminum that's been done before. I mean, there's I think it's Boyd Coddington has an all aluminum body, 34 Ford, and there's several companies, no, maybe just one company that does all aluminum, all polished aluminum Cobra replicas, and I even found a video of a 66 Mustang, I think it is, maybe 65, in Pakistan, no, the Philippines, where the guy made the body out of aluminum, not polished, but all aluminum. So, this is not new ground, but shaping all those body panels out of aluminum would be a huge, huge time investment. It would be learning a new trade craft, and something that would of course be better if a craftsman were doing it. So, and then there's the cost involved. So then I then made the jump. I was thinking, Mustang. Why am I considering doing a 30 to 31 Ford Mustang when I have a Mustang that could be a tribute to the Mustang. You can see where my thought process went. I, researched it, and there's, other obviously theme Mustangs that are themed P51 Mustang. But it seems like all of them, I was not able to find an old one, a classic Mustang that was P51 themed. I'm sure it's been done. But there's lots of them. Even Roush even puts out or did put out a special edition P51 Mustang. And there's other USAF themed Mustangs. So I wouldn't be breaking any new ground here. But I got to thinking, I can do this in Nightless Blue, and be like 600,000 other Mustang coupes that rolled off the assembly line in the first 2 years. And the tens and tens of thousands of them that remain. I can be like that, or I can do something truly unique. Well, maybe not entirely unique, because like I said, it's been done before, but certainly something special. You would get more attention. I'm not necessarily about the attention. It's kind of cool to have someone say "cool car" at a gas station, but that happens already. It's more about it being special, and then the other cool thing is it would be an homage, tribute to those who've served the country, and I hold that near and dear to my heart. So take a look at this picture and tell me what you guys think. I'm not a real good artist, so that's what I'm thinking. The paint would be high metallic silver with a really glossy clear coat, because I'm kind of mimicking the effect of polished aluminum, the mirror that you get, except I'm going to be doing it with paint. Because the gut check said don't try to do it in actual polished aluminum with the rivets and everything. It would certainly be more expensive, obviously, because there's some things here that we're looking at that I don't currently have, like those wheels. And I think the paint would be more expensive also. And then it's got the GT grill, which I also don't have. But beyond those things, if I can, I'm thinking for the wheels, what I'll do is get some V6 takeoff wheels from a 05 and up, and paint them flat black to kind of mimic the wheels, or maybe flat gunmetal to mimic the wheels that were on the P51. And then the other consideration, and why I'm considering it so early, is because I would want to do at least a 1-inch drop all the way around the car, which I wasn't planning on doing. But the Shelby drop up front is something I would love to do anyways. Some other things that are not shown in this picture are, I would probably put a name on it, and possibly even the pinup girl. I don't know about that yet. I'd have to put some thought into it. But it would have the USAF medallion on the side there, some kind of tail number, and then some kind of graphic on the trunk. Probably cursive lettering on the hood, and what I'm thinking is Lorelei May on one side and Amy Lynn on the other, my two girls. Get a little closer here. Blue and white would be the check pattern around the front. And you'll notice above the wheel there's a detail that I came up with. And I'll try to explain it. You can see the detail of that exhaust there. Now, obviously I don't want to try to run my exhaust that close to the motor. So what that would be is actually, and this is a drawing of it, an intake our cold air intake of sorts. Now the squigglies that you see there on the left, that's actually the tire. I just wanted to try to get an idea of how this would work out in the engine bay. And there's a lot of details I need to flesh out here, but like, you know, the motor, instead of being the corporate blue, I would use a lot of flat black for the air cleaner and the valve covers, and then the block would probably be either silver or, I don't know, maybe even flat black on the block, I don't know. But you can see how I've designed sort of a cold air intake. I just thought it'd be cool to make that functional, and there's a lot of things I'd have to work out for this, like, you know, so there'd need to be a screen on the inside of that tube. I'd have to custom make that manifold looking thing on the left there. But that's the idea. So there'd be like 4 little open pipes that come together like an exhaust manifold, and then a single inlet that goes to a flex tube and then up into the air cleaner. So, I don't know, guys. Stock Night Miss Blue or Tribute Mustang? What do you think? As always, I welcome your comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. See you later. Oh, and one more thing. Something to the effect of this would adorn the back of the car, either on the tail panel or on the trunk lid. So, thank you to the veterans out there.